10 out of 10 is top 10. 10 out of 10, better go tell a friend, 'cause 10 out of 10 is top 10.
One of the coolest and most stylish stars that ever touched down on this planet is Prince. It would be crazy to not have one of the best musicians in the world make the list. Of course, Prince is a divo, but he has every right to be.
It's not Memorex. I go on stage and my microphone is on.
As a musician, songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, dancer, and I'm sure I'm missing other things, he has done it all and very well for a long period of time. When Prince gives shade, people just accept it. That's how cool he was. He was like that fun friend or aunt that told you the real truth, but the delivery was very humorous, so it was hard to stay mad. But we all remember when he didn't want to sing We Are the World at the American Music Awards, or when he kicked Kim Kardashian off his stage after inviting her up because she just stood there. And of course, his interview on The View.
So, but off stage, you're very quiet and very mysterious. What is that all about?
I'm just that way around you.
The late musician will not only be remembered for his great accomplishments, but also for his vibrant personality and, of course, Devo moment.
Ooh, if there isn't a time to sip some tea.
Okay.
You know what? I just when Kevin Hart posted his little post, I could just hear him speak saying, "You a sad individual." All I can say is, "You a sad individual." I just hear him saying it. And then I can picture Mike Epps saying, "Don't get cute, little brother." You know, like, because, you know, we know these comedians.
Lena Waithe is what I like to call a UFI, unapologetic, fearless, and iconic. At just 37 years old, the Chicago-born writer, show creator, and producer has given us Dear White People, Queen and Slim, Boomerang, Master of None, The Chi, 20s, and Them. You can also hear the one-time Blockbuster employee's voice on a series of commercials and often see her advocating for LGBTQIA causes. The Columbia College Chicago Cinema and Television Arts graduate is also a boss in other ways, as owner of her own production company, Hillman Grad Productions, record label Hillman Grad Records, a Hillman Grad swag line, and even her own mentor lab to help rising talent in TV and film. Before her dreams of being a big-time Hollywood millionaire fully manifested, Lena started out as an assistant to an executive producer on fan-favorite sitcom Girlfriends. Her early years are loosely documented on the TV series 20s, which started off as a YouTube series before going to BET. She followed up her big break with writing positions on the Nickelodeon show How to Rock, starring Master P's daughter Symphonique Miller, Fox's Bones, and joined her buddy Justin Simien on his show Dear White People as a producer. While she was becoming a fan favorite among culturally tapped-in circles, the mainstream didn't catch wind of her until she appeared in Netflix original comedy series Master of None in 2015. She would win an Emmy Award for writing the Thanksgiving episode, becoming the first Black woman to do so. Since then, she has starred in several films and TV series, but is best becoming known for opening up a pipeline of new talent as a producer on their productions.
I had to clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Lena Waithe is number 3 on this list because she did not come to play. She came to slay. First of all, Homegirl started off, I think, at Paramount Pictures. She used to work there just like I used to back in the day, you know. And she had a friend named Justin Simien, who's also the writer and producer and director, I believe, of Dear White People. She actually motivated him to, hey, you got this project, you have a good idea, you got a script. Finish the script so we could get this money, man. You've been here almost a decade working at this major studio and you got ideas. What are you doing? So she was kind of like the motivator for Simeon to go ahead and pursue the Dear White People dream, right? And I met them in person on the lot. So it was great to meet them and everything. And I feel like she really speaks for people in the demographic between like college age all the way up to like, I would say 40s, you know. She has a show called 20s. I've watched that. I could definitely relate because that is the life when you're just starting out in Hollywood. Lena Waithe is doing it for several reasons, you know. So I really admire her and her work. She's doing a great job in her field of entertainment. You know about Lena, girl. I couldn't hear you. What you say?
I said, yeah, she definitely is. And you know what? Okay, this is off topic. It's about Lena, but it's off topic. She be taking those pictures. You know how to pose with that hand? I'm gonna have to do the Lena shot.
She do the chin, the thoughtful look, you know, all of that. I think she's been dreaming about this for all her life, and she already knew how she was gonna get down. Like me, I already know I want a matte. I'm gonna get a matte green, you know, one of them box, either is gonna be Range Rover SUV. I already know how I'm gonna look. And when I step out, I'm gonna have the baddest shoe on, you know, just the baddest tennis shoe, not no heel. I ain't wearing no heels when I'm rich, but yeah. So, yeah.
Everything about this date equated to jerk vibes. He liked jerk chicken and even loved to do the jerk dance when it was popular. He had a reputation of being too overly friendly during interactions with women and was considered the definition of a thirsty F-boy. Oh my gosh, stop it. Unfortunately, his next victim was very unaware of this unscrupulous side to him. One day, they decided to spend an entire day with each other, and that hideous monster called Jerk reared his wrinkled head. They went to the mall to do a little shopping. In nearly every store they went in, he flirted with the female employees, right in front of his date. He complimented one lady's physique, telling her she should be a model. Of course, there's no respect in these streets, so the employee gobbled his insincere compliments with no shame. After they left the mall, they went to a fast food drive-thru, and he proceeded to flirt with every woman he came in contact with, despite only being in their presence for a few minutes. His date wasn't usually the jealous type, but she was starting to get irritated with his tactics. He would smile real big, prolonging eye contact, while saying the most charming and flirtatious words. This jerk was flirting all right, and he was doing it right in front of his date. It had to be one of the worst experiences in dating the woman had ever endured. And for a moment, it even made her doubt herself. Of course, things took its course, and they went their separate ways. And now that she knows the headache of being with a flirtatious jerk, she's thankful that she has peace of mind.
Oh boy, I'm glad we got through that.
Yeah, that was a fun list of dates on ice.
One thing that people got to stop doing is, because I really think it scares people off. Like sometimes women demand too much in a first or second date. You know, they're already looking for a husband, kids, and all this kind of stuff. So slow it down and take your time. And then the other thing is like dudes, they be so scared when they see a fine woman or someone they're attracted to, and you could spark up a conversation with them. And like automatically, like I was at Robics, the smoothie place, and there was this guy, he looked like a fitness coach. And I remember you was looking for a fitness coach. And so I was going to ask him, my intention was to go up and ask him, does he personal train or whatever?
Yeah.
And so I smiled, and then I approached him and I said, hey, are you having a good day? And he was like, yeah, I'm having a good day. I'm married. What?
Your name is Mary?
Good for you, sir. I'm glad you're married. But I just wanted to know, do you train people? Because I got a sister somewhere who's looking for a trainer. But he want to let me know that he married. He up there shaking, trying to hold on and be faithful. And gonna tell me I'm married. Like, I'm just like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We got to stop doing that. Like, now everybody's trying to, just because they smile at you or bat their eyes, they're not trying to hit on you or anything like that.
True.
It's just being friendly, especially people from the South. We say hi to people we don't even know.
That's true. You're
like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Good day.
In tacos we trust is the motto of this pick on the list. Guisados is home to the stewed and braised taco, reminiscent of your abuela's or madre's cooking. Filled with simmered vegetables, a variety of chilies, and flavorful tender meat on a warm homemade corn tortilla, Guisados offers 17 anytime tacos along with breakfast, fresh juice drinks, and tamales. Their menu includes popular options such as tinga de pollo, steak picado, and the vegan-friendly frijoles con queso. Founded in 2010 by father and son duo Armando de la Torre Sr. and Armando de la Torre Jr., the birthplace of this popular family-owned business is Boyle Heights in Los Angeles, California. The Torre family was originally in the business of real estate until one day, on a property assignment, they discovered a small abandoned tamale restaurant. The father and son took a leap of faith, linked with an investment partner, and the rest was history. Today, the taco staple stands strong with 7 restaurant locations, including Echo Park, downtown LA, and Pasadena.
Guisados. Now, this is like more of a, I wouldn't say it's like upscale, but it's a step up from Cactus. And a lot of people go there, like you'll find like people in Hollywood and stuff will go to Guisados. They also have one in the barrio. So the further east you go, you'll find a location as well. And I love this place because their meats, the stew, like they stew their meats and the seasoning is like marinated throughout the meat, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is that sometimes the tortillas, they are super thick. So if you're not a fan of thick tortillas, this is not the place for you. But if you like homemade, handmade tortillas, definitely Guisados.
And you know what I like about Guisados is that how, like, when you get there, if you can't choose or decide what kind of taco you want, they offer those little mini tacos so you can try different ones. You can pick multiple ones and try it. And that's when I first discovered the chicharron with the verde sauce taco. Yes. And this is the only place that I'll eat it from because it's just really delicious and flavorful, that sauce that they have. I tried it someplace else and I was just like, oh no, I can't. So Guisados is the places for that specifically.
Yeah. Charlene Pearson, aka Miss Juicy Baby, is known for living out her life as a little person on Lifetime's popular reality show, Little Women Atlanta. But nothing about the self-proclaimed Queen of Atlanta is small. The bigger-than-life radio personality has an attitude to match Queen Charlotte from Bridgerton and can be lethal with her clapbacks. Ever since the show first aired in 2016, Miss Juicy has made an unforgettable impression, making enemies out of the late Minnie and coming out with the most entertaining catchphrases ever heard on reality television.
Everybody that know me know that my tagline is Miss Juicy, baby.
Okay. On the show, we know her for her antics that make us want to clutch our pearls. Who can forget the episode when Miss Juicy met up with Minnie to let her know that she was stalking her and trying to be her? On some single black female-ish.
So just downright stalkery.
Or who could ever forget when she tried to say balsamic?
Yeah, I think it's balsamic.
Or had the Little Women wearing leprechaun outfits for a promo gig. But nothing can top the chicken tossing event heard around the world. Don't worry, Miss Juicy. You're not the only one this happened to. Miss Juicy is definitely a handful on the show, but a much appreciated one that fans around the world continue to keep tabs on.
Let me see if I can do that. Hold on. Did I do
it? Whatever she was chuckling about, I want to know because this seems funny.
Well, you know, Miss Juicy, okay, so she's on the Real Housewives. I mean, not the Real Housewives, Little Women of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And outside of her reality TV show business, she's a radio personality. So you may have her with Portia Williams and was it Dish TV or Dish
Nation?
Dish Nation, yeah. I don't think she's on there no more. It's one of those shows with the comedian. I forget his name, but he's very
smiling.
Yes. Yes, look at you, girl. You be paying attention.
I ate breakfast today.
We can't have a list about divos without having platinum recording artist Kanye West on it. The producer/rapper is notorious for esteeming himself even when other people can't see the vision. And while that has taken him to high places, it has also created some memorable divo moments. For instance, Kanye has no problem booting what he deems as unworthy award winners off stages, critiquing his girlfriend's fashion choices, or complaining about not winning awards that he feels he rightfully deserves.
I'm never coming to MTV. Y'all find Britney.
Quoted as saying his greatest pain in life is that he will never be able to see himself perform live. Kanye West has characterized himself as the embodiment of Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, Howard Hughes, Mandela, Malcolm X, JFK, Henry Ford, and Picasso, to name a few. Of course, people took his words out of context and started associating him with the word rant. In fact, there was a period when you couldn't see media coverage about Kanye West without the word rant attached to the headline. West critics can't seem to get over the idea that the paranoid rapper thinks so highly of himself. But like he raps in his song, you worry about the wrong things.
Girl, you see how Drake used to look?
Yes, I love it. You know I love Drake.
That Kardashian plan.
Hey, but he looks even better now, though.
He do look better. He look great. Yeah, I want the same plan, so hook me up. What you have to say about Kanye West, man?
Everybody knows Kanye is a divo, but it's just like, I mean, I just feel like sometimes he's just like, give me my respect, man, you know? And he be having his little tantrums. So like, if you don't appreciate it, he's just like making sure you know. Do you know?
And we do know. And people should give him his respect. Politics aside, whatever you believe, the talent, the genius, the music, going back to the college dropout and so forth. And the fact that people act like they don't know, I think it's a tactic so that he cannot believe in himself. You know, they see his greatness in certain areas. He is kind of a little out there, but they see his greatness, you know, in music. And you can't take that away from him, from producing to rapping.
I like to call this one the loud talker. There are some people you can't take anywhere because the moment you do, you're bound to experience something new, and not in a good way. On this particular date, Adam asked his coworker Michael to go to a movie date with him, and the coworker agreed. Finally, the day had arrived to see the movie. Adam looked at his watch as he waited in the theater lobby for his date to arrive. As the clock ticked away, Adam started thinking maybe he won't show up. But just before Adam gave up hope, Michael appeared. Adam was relieved. They went into the movie theater and located their seats just in time for the trailers. The first trailer appeared on screen, a scary movie. The theater became intensely quiet. Then suddenly, in the loudest voice ever heard in a movie theater, Michael says, "Yeah, I don't think I'll be buying a ticket to that." Adam is surprised at how loud Michael's voice echoes across the surround sound theater. He shrugs it off, thinking maybe Michael also underestimated how loud he was. Another trailer comes on. "Oh my gosh, who makes these movies?" Michael says loudly. Adam, whose ear is right next to Michael's mouth, is not only shocked, but he's also getting irritated. The next trailer, Michael is even louder, sharing his opinions. Adam attempts to quiet him. "Shh, everybody can hear you," he tries to say nicely. Michael chuckles. "Oh, my bad." The movie finally starts, and would you believe that Michael talked loudly throughout the whole film and even had the audacity to do his version of a whisper in Adam's poor ear? Adam sinks down in his chair, embarrassed to the gods. To refrain from leaving his date in the middle of the movie, Adam excuses himself for the majority of the film with several excuses such as needing concessions and going to the restroom. Needless to say, that was Adam's last time asking a coworker out on a date.
I mean, what would your requirement be in the green room?
I just need some chips and dip.
Chips and dip, that's it? I don't know what I would have. I honestly have to think of it. Maybe some tulips. I love tulips.
I know what you would have. I know what you would have.
What?
Dark chocolate covered almonds.
Yes, with some pickles.
Oh Lord.
Do you know I saw a show the other day where this woman was terrified of pickles.
Tamar Braxton has entertained us for years as a member of sister singing group The Braxtons and as an award-winning solo artist. Hailing from Maryland, Tamar became a household name when she premiered her sassy and equally funny personality on WeTV's The Braxton Family Values in 2011. How funny was she? Well, she didn't want her husband to hire a fine nanny that works out and eats healthy.
I want a nanny that eats hot dogs, hamburgers,
and is the princess of shade as she stays in other people's business. The reality TV star is not a villain at heart, but let's just say she has villain ways. What's the formula? Well, she's a master at spilling tea, is quick to come back with a witty clapback, and doesn't mind disturbing the peace with her unpopular opinions. She's unfairly labeled as being difficult to deal with because of her mouth. Things would eventually unravel for the star when she would abruptly end her gig as a host on daytime talk show The Real in 2016, and her decade-long marriage to Vincent Herbert in 2019. She also went head-to-head with her own sisters, K. Michelle, and Jocelyn Hernandez of Love and Hip Hop fame, while being involved in a back-and-forth dispute with Lonnie Love of The Real. In real life, Tamar has released 5 studio albums, ventured into TV and film, opened tours for Mary J. Blige, and Escape. One thing about Tamar is that she tells the truth.
Toot, yeah.
He got the mic in his mouth.
Yeah, toot.
Ugh.
But if you know anything about the real world, many people prefer a beautiful lie over an ugly truth.
You know what? The reason why Tamar Braxton is considered a villain is because she tells the truth and she's opinionated. In this world, I don't know why, but when you're a truth teller, people don't like you. They don't want to be around you. It is the craziest thing. So my advice to everyone out there, if you want to get up there and you want to schmooze with the good people, lie. No, I'm just playing.
I didn't expect that. I thought she was going to say something different. That is funny.
Oh, she cracks me up though. She's really funny and she's actually a sweetheart and she's very talented. So when we say villain, we use that lightly with Tamar Braxton. She's entertained us for years, you know, and she just has a mouth on her. That's the thing.
It's no surprise that Allenby's is located on 1st Street, given that their menu is #1 in authentic East LA cuisine on the go. This family-owned business is a lunchtime favorite and best known for their traditional taquitos and boastful flavored beans and cheese burritos. Okay, they're not quite the taco staple, but Allenby's has been a neighborhood landmark for Mexican food since 1966, and that is why we had to include it on the list. With reasonable prices and a convenient walk-up floor plan that makes for easy pickups, Allenby's serves as the go-to taco shack conveniently located east of downtown Los Angeles in the heart of Boyle Heights. The humble-sized restaurant was founded by Albert and Beatrice Kirion with a simple dream of bringing their authentic homemade recipes to serve a community with high demand for good, genuine Mexican food. Now, over 50 years later, Allenby's continue to please the taste buds of LA locals every day.
You know, we got a special place in our hearts for this one because when we first came to LA, we discovered this place and it is truly the definition of a mom and pop shop. It's, you know, it's the neighborhood food stand or taco stand, and what they call it, a taco shack. And like everybody in the neighborhood, the reason why it stays in business is because they have loyal customers that have been coming there year after year.
Yeah, they're like the, you know how they have the candy shop in a house? They're like the taco version of it, huh?
Well, they're not quite in the house. They are official,
No.
but
Yeah.
they give you that same type of feeling. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, my favorite part about Allenby is the tortilla. It's homemade and it's really soft, and it just tastes so good.
Yeah.
Also, they now accept your card. So, because at first they used to only be cash only.
Cash.
You have to go get cash out and stuff, but now they moved up. You know, they accept
Yeah.
card, all types.
Yes, indeed. And they're actually right down the street they're right down the street from Guasados. And another option that we have on the menu, they're kind of in the same, the menu on the countdown. Look, I'm thinking about ordering. They're in the same area. So you'll find like all three of these shops like in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not even Tupac Shakur's bigger-than-life legacy could save this unsatisfying biopic from falling flat. After 2 decades of references and documentaries on the star gone too soon, director Benny Boom took up the challenge of stuffing Pac's multi-layer story into a 2-hour and 20-minute film called All Eyes on Me. With newcomer Demetrius Shipp Jr. leading a pretty decent cast, fans were hoping for a serious, well-rounded, and in-depth look at the iconic rapper. But what they got was a soulless, run-of-the-mill story, primarily focused on the women in Tupac's life and his entertainment persona. Despite highlighting his mother, Afeni Shakur, and her involvement with the Black Panthers in some scenes, hardly did the film delve into his own activism and encounters with people who knew him best. And compared to the George Tillman Jr. directed film Notorious, starring Jamal Woodard, who played the rapper Biggie in both films, All Eyes on Me seemed like a covert attempt to muddle Tupac's legacy as a joke, a blaxploitation, a caricature of a man who, although controversial, was authentic and desperately cared for the condition of the disenfranchised and forgotten.
I went hard at the end. You heard that? I went hard. I love Benny Boom. Been a fan of Benny Boom's music videos forever. So for him to, transfer or translate his skills into filmmaking, that's very exciting as a hip hop head. But that Tupac film did not give his life, his legacy, his career justice. And that is the reason why I had to go hard, because I know people were saying it on social media, but people didn't really want to talk down on the film because at least we got one after all these decades, right? At the same time, it was just like, I hope that someone or me or somebody comes out with a film that would satisfy the fans and it's not focused on that public persona, okay? We get to see behind the scenes, behind. Like when he was crying on the record, Shed So Many Tears, you could hear him in the studio actually crying. I want to know who was in the studio with him. Was he by himself? Like, that's a moment that we should have saw in the film because it really touched the people who heard that song, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, I could go on and on about this film. It really is like a major pet peeve, but let's move on.